wanted to make a video and talk a little bit about flipping houses. And as we all know, if you're flipping a house, what you're going to need is contractors to do the work, unless you're doing it yourself. But if you're doing it yourself, then you can't really scale. So you probably shouldn't be doing it yourself, unless that's what you want to do. But that's not the point of this video. So I think that when you're flipping houses, it is pretty much like mandatory to get good sticky notes. Is what it should be mandatory. But I think that having your guys in house, so like the guys that work on the house in house, is really the only way to go. And that's for a few reasons, right? You can control the cost better. Reliability, right? Like, how many times have you called a contractor and they say they're going to be here on whatever day, and a month later you still can't get a hold of them, right? Not all contractors, but some are terrible. Quality control, right? You can hire guys that have the same, I guess, core values and the same, I don't know, just the same attitude towards doing things the right way and doing them to a certain quality, right? And then at the same point, it's saving money, right? It's like buying things wholesale, right? Because you hired a contractor. The contractor, most of the time, he's not the one doing the work, so he hires a bunch of guys, right? So simple example is, I don't know, let's just, for example's sake, you're paying the contractor $50 an hour to bring his guys, his knowledge, his whatever there, right? And he's maybe paying his guys, like, I don't know, let's say 15 an hour. And you could be paying the guys that work for you 25 an hour, because you're paying more than the contractor's paying, but at the same time, you're cutting out that middleman, right? So I hope that makes sense. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we don't, I guess, have in house, just because there isn't enough need for them, right? So, like, for example, like electrical, we have guys that we work with that are electricians, and that they get shit done quickly, right? So there's no need to have an electrician. Unless we're doing, like, I don't know, like probably like 20 houses a month, you probably don't need an electrician in house, because there just isn't that much electrical work, like major electrical work, right? Like stuff that your guys can't do, like switching out a plug. Any guy can do that. I'm talking like changing out a box or changing out, like the service to the house or stuff like that, that you actually need an electrician to do. Same thing with plumbing, hooking up a sink, doing little plumbing stuff. Really, any guy can do it. Anyone can do that stuff, right? It's simple, right? So the other thing is to be able to have guys that work for you, that just work for you for flips. You need to have a volume of work for them to stay busy, right? So we can do that because we have a decent volume of houses that we flip, but at the same time, we have a bunch of rentals, right? So let's just say that we can't find any deals, we can't find any houses to flip. I forgot my hat. So since we can't find any houses to flip, we don't want, we want to keep our guys busy, we want them to have work, right? So we can have them work on our rentals. So that's the cool thing, is if you have rentals and you do flips, you can kind of utilize these guys to do multiple different things. So that way they're always busy and they're doing different things, right? Like, that was the thing that I hated when I worked somewhere, was you do the same thing over and over again. Every single house is different. Every day pretty much is different, right? It's always something new. You maybe work on a house for a month or two, and then you move on to the next house, next area, next adventure. So it's always new. It's always not mundane, lame, boring. I guess sometimes it's kind of the same thing, but you're still solving new problems, which makes it more interesting. But when it comes to flipping, I think to be successful at flipping and actually be able to grow, and scale, really, the only way to do it is if you do have your own crews, I think. I think there's plenty of people that do them with just contracting it all out. I think they could probably make way more money and do flips way faster if they did have their own guys in-house. But I hope this video helped. And if you have any other questions about flips or about whatever real estate related, let me know, because I'm running out of topics that I can cover. So I hope you have a great night. Talk to you later. My button's still not working. I don't know why I even have a button. This button